Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today we're going to begin a short series of a few beers from the Kyoto Brewing Company, which is located in Kyoto, Japan, the ancient capital. And Kyoto Brewing was founded in 2015 by three foreign residents of Japan. It was an American man and a Canadian man and a Welshman. And they met earlier when they had been brought over to work on the JET program. And they met in Aomori and kept in touch with each other and went their separate ways. The American came to Kyoto and worked at a university in Kyoto, but he also was a home brewer and worked on his home brewing. And I and a few other friends met him then at that point, before he was a professional brewer. But he studied in the U.S. and he also did an internship at Lost Abbey in California, and then came back to Japan and worked for a spell at Shiga Kogen Brewing in Nagano, Japan, one of the top breweries in Japan. They were named the best new brewery in Japan in 2015, the year that they started, and in 2019 they were chosen as the best brewery in Japan by RateBeer Best Selection. They're in Kyoto, Japan, just south of in the southern part of the city, kind of an industrial, not industrial, but an area with a lot of, I guess you'd call it light industry. And they have a tap room, and they're open on weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday now, currently, because of coronavirus, only for takeout. They have three flagship beers or main beers that they make, but they always have a lot more on tap and available on their website as well. They have a seasonal line, and that's what we're going to look at first, is one from the seasonal line called the Kimagure line. And one comes out every 3 months, every season. And they have a number of other series that they make, including their Freedom series, which is basically the beers that they want to make themselves. And so you can check that out on their website. They have a very user-friendly website in English and in Japanese. On RateBeer, there were, last time I checked, there were 195 different beers listed from Kyoto Brewing. And on Untapped there were 153, and the average score on Untapped was 3.72, so pretty high overall. And I do have a profile of Kyoto Brewing. You can check that out, kind of a sort of a long form, or you could say long-winded, kind of year by year sort of look at the kinds of beers that they were making and how Kyoto Brewing has been changing over the last 5 years. And you can check that out as well, a profile of Kyoto Brewing. Okay, so let's get going, and we're going to look at a few beers from them, and I hope you enjoy it. And let's take a look at another beer from Kyoto Brewing Company. Today's beer is this one. It is called Kyoto Brewing Marifumi, and this is a ISA, or a session IPA at 4.5% and 16 international bittering units. And this is part of what they call their Mari family, and Mari in this case means hop. Marihana is an old Japanese name for hops, and so they have their Mari family, and the most famous one is the big one, Mario, which is a double IPA. And so they call this one the younger brother of Mario, and as such a bit green, and they of course have green on the can. And this one has hops from New Zealand and Germany, and they say that it should offer some notes of grape and lime. We shall see. Nice artwork on the front. They have I guess a new artist who's doing their cans for them, and we have a bike rider who is probably riding along a river somewhere in Kyoto Prefecture. It could be even part of the Kamogawa in Kyoto, maybe the upper regions of the Kamogawa, I don't know, which is the river that flows through the center of Kyoto. And of course he's wearing a Kyoto Brewing hoodie here, and he's probably got some beer in the back of his backpack there. And he's got a cup. Is that a cup holder? A cup holder here? I guess it is, and he's got a can of this beer. Okay, so the hops, the malt for this, there are two types. Just a Golden Promise is the base, and wheat. Bittering hops, none whatsoever. And aroma hops, they have a range here of from New Zealand Nelson Sauvin and also Motueka, and then German Hallertauer Blanc. And so we should get some interesting fruit notes out of this. The Belgian ale yeast is their house yeast. They have their own house yeast. Kyoto Brewing uses lots of Belgian ale yeast in their beers. It's kind of a trademark, I think, for them. Okay, so shall we give this one a go? It's called Marifumi, a session IPA at 4.5%, 16 international bittering units, so it should be pretty light and easy. Ooh, a little bit hazy here. Okay, it is quite cloudy. Very light golden amber color with maybe half a finger of fluffy white foam. Okay. Oh my, yeah. Okay. Definitely we get the New Zealand hops, the Nelson Sauvin, and the Motueka. The Sauvin and Hallertauer Blanc should work quite well together. Sauvin often gives it gives a kind of a white wine note, and Hallertauer Blanc very definitely a kind of white grape note. So somewhat what smells like citrus blossoms as well, in addition to the white wine sort of note. Okay, very interesting. No bittering hops, so yeah, Golden Promise malt, very smooth. Wheat is slightly detectable as a kind of smooth creaminess, a bit of sweetness, but primarily the hops. The hops are what stand out here. Very nice blend of those New Zealand hops and the German Hallertauer Blanc. Is it Hallertauer? Sometimes I see it as Hallertauer and then Hallertau Blanc. I have to check that out. This is smooth, light, very refreshing. I think I would probably give this a 3.7 or maybe even a 3.8. A wonderful little session beer. Yeah, and again, it's a 4.5%, so just a little bit lower than the regular beer. And they call it session because it is a little bit lower, meaning you could drink a few of these in a session and not get too wiped out. So I highly approve of this one. I would like to be on a bike right now, riding somewhere out there with a nice beer in my beer cup holder on the bicycle. Looks like his foot is coming off here. I don't know what he's getting off or getting on or what, but in any case, he's riding and looking out at the beautiful scenery. So once again, Kyoto Brewing Marifumi, 4.5%, 16 bittering, international bittering units, a session IPA, Belgian session IPA. Belgian is a Belgian character. Well, they use Belgian ale yeast. Mildly apparent, but not so much. In any case, really nice beer for summer. You can check out their stuff on their website, and You can order from them too if you live in Japan. And if you're not in Japan, when you can come to Japan, this is the brewery you should probably visit. Okay, Kyoto Brewing. That's it for today. Please stay healthy and subscribe to the channel. And let's explore a lot more Japanese craft beers in our next series of reviews. Okay, bye-bye.